American biologist Dr. Ellis Silver trusts that people don't begin from Earth. He accepts, in view of confirmation, that people were conveyed to Earth by outsiders as of late as a couple of thousand years ago. TheDailyTrends.net reports. Silver, a naturalist who is right now working with the push to clean plastic garbage from the Pacific, says his book expects to incite discuss, and depends on logical work on the contrast amongst people and other animals. The Earth around addresses our issues as in animal categories, yet maybe not as unequivocally as whoever brought us here at first idea, Silver said in a meeting with Yahoo News. Reptiles can sunbathe for whatever length of time that they like, and a significant number of them do. We can pretty much escape with it for up to 14 days. Be that as it may, for a long time in the sun? Disregard it. You should simply rest on the expressway and sit tight for a transport to hit you. We are astonished by the sun, which is additionally odd, says Silver. Most creatures are definitely not. Silver claims that some ceaseless ailments that torment humankind for example, terrible backs, could be a sign we advanced on a world with bring down gravity. Silver focuses to other interesting human qualities for example, the way that children's heads are large to the point that ladies experience difficulty conceiving an offspring. In prior times, this was frequently deadly for mother, youngster or both. No other genuinely local species on this planet has this issue, he says. Silver likewise indicates out the additional 223 qualities in people, which are not found in some other species, and to the absence of a fossil missing connection. Silver picked not to distribute an illogical engraving, needing to move open verbal confrontation. Commentators have contrasted Silver with other space-looking scholars, for example, Eric von Daniken, while others have stated, it is conceivable to drive a Mentor and steeds through a few of his contentions. Silver likewise guarantees that mankind has surrenders that stamp us out as being conceivably not of this world. We are for the most part constantly sick, says Silver. For sure, in the event that you can locate a solitary individual who is 100% fit and sound and not experiencing a few, maybe covered up or implicit, condition or confusion, there's a broad rundown in the book. I would be amazingly shocked. I have not possessed the capacity to discover anybody. I trust that a considerable lot of our issues originate from the straightforward truth that our inside body tickers have developed to expect a 25-hour day. This has been demonstrated by rest analysts, however the Earth's stay is just 24 hours. This isn't a cutting-edge condition. Similar elements can be followed the distance back through humankind's history on Earth. Silver does not propose one answer, but rather a probability that early pre-people, for example, Homo erectus, were crossbred with another species. He additionally recommends a few conceivable sources, including Alpha Centauri. Humanity is evidently the most exceedingly created species on the planet, yet is shockingly unsuited and badly prepared for Earth's condition, hurt by daylight, a solid abhorrence for normally happening, crude, sustenances, ludicrously high rates of endless malady, and the sky is the limit from there. In addition, there's a common feeling among many individuals that they don't have a place here or that something simply isn't right. This proposes, to me in any event, that humanity may have advanced on an alternate planet, and we may have been brought here as a very created animal varieties. One explanation behind this, examined in the book, is that the Earth may be a jail planet, since we appear to be abnormally rough animal groups, and we're here until the point that we figure out how to keep the peace. People Are Not From Earth was distributed fundamentally to measure response from per-users and to incite thought, especially among the individuals who won't not have considered such a plausibility sometime recently. Ellis trusts that per-users will get in touch with him with more confirmation for a more broad follow-up work. The claim that microscopic organisms are touching base from space has likewise caused discussion, and restored the possibility of panspermia, where life from Earth may have pollinated different planets adjacent. There is presumably truth to the report that they find inquisitive stuff in the air, Chris McKay, an astrobiologist at NASA told Space.com in a meeting. The bounce to the conclusion that it is outsider life is a major hop and would require very phenomenal verification. Educator Wainwright and his partners at the University of Sheffield mean to direct further tests. Without a component by which expansive particles like these can be transported to the stratosphere, we can just reason that the natural substances started from space, Wainwright included. Our decision at that point is that life is ceaselessly touching base to Earth from space. Life isn't limited to this planet, and it in all likelihood did not start here. Silver's more radical thought is introduced as questioning, proposed to move contention. Beginning response has been sure, albeit one analyst thought it was a farce, while another found the written work style vigorously domineering, he concedes. The level-headed discussion over the beginning of life looks set to escalate. Reproductions on supercomputers at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in the U.S. have discovered that amino acids, the building squares of life, could have touched base on Earth by means of comets. This would propose that life may be discovered somewhere else in our nearby planetary group, or even past. Near Goldman recommends that the straightforward atoms found in comets, for example, water, smelling salts, and carbon dioxide, could have provided the crude materials, and the contact with early Earth could have lighted a prebiotic response. A progression of trials where shots were discharged into a cometary ice blend shaped amino acids, the building pieces of life. These outcomes affirm our prior expectations of effect union of prebiotic material, where the effect itself can yield life-building mixes, Goldman said. These outcomes display a noteworthy advance forward in our comprehension of the beginning of the building squares of life. This expands the odds of life starting and being boundless all through our close planetary system, Goldman said. Silver needs to offer the conversation starter of whether people arrived independently. Late logical reports propose that life itself won't not be from Earth but rather may have touched base here on meteors or comets. This crude type of life at that point advanced more than billions of years into what we find on Earth today. My theory suggests that humankind did not advance from that specific strain of life, but rather developed somewhere else and was transported to Earth, as completely advanced Homo sapiens, in the vicinity of 60,000 and 200,000 years prior. Little in the book can be demonstrated, it must be gathered or suspected. In any case, there is all that could possibly be needed undeniable confirmation to make additionally think about beneficial.